What's good, people? Welcome to the latest edition of Quality Over Quarantine. Hope you're all doing good. Hope you're safe, healthy, family doing well. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Let us know. Let people know we're out here, man. Trying to do our thing. We're trying to get the subscription levels up. This interview is gonna be a mad one. We've got a legend in the game, really. You lot know what time it is. So but I'm not even gonna say much more than that, man. Big up the one like Parky, man.
Oh, bro, thank you for having me. I don't know about this legend shit, bro.
Come on, man. Come on. Stop playing.
I'm so honored to be here. And you know what, bro? Like, shit, we go way back. Got to big up Ram if he's tuning in. Ram knows.
We do.
Know what I mean? Big up Amos as well.
We do. Big up.
I missed my brother's birthday and that, but yeah, big up everyone still surviving.
I think I met you through Amos, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So this would have been like you were already doing your thing. So actually, wait. Forget about me. Me. Let's talk about you. Go back. When did this all start for you?
Shit, man. Well, you know what? Me and Amos go like way back. Like I've known Amos. His dad taught me how to ride a 2-wheel bike, bro. Like I've known him since I was 4 years old.
3
years old. Like when I came, like we both lived in Kilburn.
And let me pause for a second. For those who don't know, Amos is like he's like brother to both of us, really.
Yeah.
And it's funny because a lot of these interviews, he got on my case, innit? He got on my case and was like, "Yo, you ain't shouting man out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, nah, for real." Because a lot of these,
That's him though, like
yeah,
him.
but you know what's funny, yeah? Because he's right as well, yeah. Because if you look at it, if you go down and you look at like all the connections that get made, yeah, a lot of them come through Amos. And a lot of you know Amos, Britain's most scandalous, but Amos was doing his thing way before that. And there's a lot of bits in this game, yeah. Amos taught me how to produce. Like, there's a lot of bits in this game that people don't really know. So like, man got on my case about it, and I was like, nah, do you know what? Like, you're actually right. But we're gonna try and get him on the show. But that's for those who don't know, when we're talking about Amos, that's who we're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, carry on.
Yeah, so we were in a crew. Well, I used to freestyle. I never used to write and that. Like in terms of me. When it got to like 88, like Rafa Kane was out. Like man was into running, man, innit? Hardcore, you know, like jungle, like when it came back, like man, this is freestyle, not really. I was just taking a piss, getting drunk in the park, lean, whatever, you know, kids, teenagers. And then like when Nas, I remember like I was in school, 93, when Illmatic came out. I was 13. I was like, you know what? I want to do this. Like, I want to rhyme. And a lot of the UK stuff out there at the time, it was very inspirational, like Gunshot and stuff like that. But I wasn't capable of it. But I was just knocking around with Amos. My guy, I got to big him up, Selon. He was like, "Yo, I'm working with this cat in Shelley's. You know what I mean? You need to meet him. You need to, you know, I need to introduce you to him. He's sick." Like, and at the time, my wife, who was my girlfriend then, she hooked me up with a place called YCTV. And YCTV, if people don't know about, it's called Youth Cable Television. And like they've done, like loads of people came from there. Big up Javon Prince. If you don't know about the Javon Prince, if you don't know about certain other Luke Hyman, obviously director of Dubplate Drama, like loads of people. Talent came out of that place, man. You know, in terms of the urban scope, a lot of the urban shit in, you know, London at the time, well, you know, where we are kind of to now, from Big Nasty to what have you not. Yeah. And there was a studio called Sound Arts, which wasn't associated with it, but they were linked with it and they wanted to do something. So I signed up. My wife got me signed up so I could get in the studio.
Okay.
So, like, I got hooked up to get in the studio, and just before I got the link to go in the studio, Selom introduced me to Ram, and I was already fucking with Amos. So I just organised a thing for us all to go down to Sound Arts. Right. But the first day, I think we done, I don't know, we made a beat together or whatever, and that's how NWC was formed.
Okay. Right. Hold up. So let's pause for a second.
Yeah.
Break down, how legendary Northwest collabo really was. Because I don't even think, like, a lot of guys who are historians of the scene, I don't really think they get it. I don't think they really know.
Because a lot of people, they just saw pieces, like they only saw pieces of it, like obviously two halves, what not NWC eventually became, but it was a crew what consisted of me, Ram, and Amos, and then eventually it grew, like it was ME and Kaiser,
Jeez.
you know, from, you know, Terra Firma, big up Kaiser, my guy, you know. Bruv, you know what's so funny, it's deep, like, you were at my wedding, bro.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like all these people with
and you was at mine. Like, I mean,
yeah,
like,
that's what I was about to say. I was like, yeah, like, but so yeah, like, so that's how NWC was formed, and we done a song called No Comebacks, and then I remember when we done Call Blimey, which I've got to big up Selim for, because Selim really hooked up the sample. He was the one who found the fucking Thunderbird sample.
Okay. Oh, that track was cold.
Yeah, it had Bear Man on it.
Oh my god.
Like fucking 8 Man or whatever the fuck on the shit. Yeah, I mean, and but yeah.
Wait, I was on that as well, right? There was okay. Wait, what was? Oh no. Sorry, we're going way forward.
You know what?
There was a Looney Tunes one.
Like, to the audience, like, me and Genesis have never been on this. We've known each other for like over 2 decades. And we've never been on a song together until last year.
Yeah.
Well, no, this year.
Well, this year?
And it was
it's this year. Yeah, it's this year.
Yeah, and via Tommy Evans.
Big up Tommy Evans, man.
You know what I mean? So like, that's crazy to even think that. But when it comes to this music thing, I always knew, like, it's not even, bro, man shot, no comparisons. My own worst enemy, like he did the videos for them, man. Like, we've always been connected. We've always been in the same kind of circles, as you may say. But the way how I see it, it's like, it's family, innit? It's like,
that's 100%. Like, people, and that's another thing people don't really get. Like, it's funny as well, yeah, because there's certain people that I move with heavy. People always say as well, like, how comes you got no songs with Terra Slim? And I'm like, and that's my brother, you know what I mean? That's like, that's like my blood brother, yeah. But at the same time, it's just like, it's one of the things where you just kind of take it for granted. Like, yeah, if I want to do it, I'll do it. And yeah, man, we've always been in that situation.
It's right, and it's meant to happen.
Happen. Man.
We've always had that, and it's never been over, but you don't do songs.
Never that.
Never been that. Like, never that. And I've always had that really outlook at doing that anyway. You get me? Like, I've got to big up some people though, really, because they've been on my mind. I've got to big up Harry Love. Yeah. You know, made fucking influence on my shit as well. I got to big up I'll see him later. J-Mo. Big up J-Mo. If you don't know what J-Mo is.
Big up.
I've growing as an adult, becoming a dad, 4 times. Or, you know what I mean? Like, you know, looking at the whole spectrum and us still doing it. Like, I saw your interview with Leddy the other day, and it was like, it was so deep, because that stuck with me when you're talking about people who are still doing this, regardless of outcome. And I think that's why certain men give up, bro. There's certain people who did become popular, and then where she is now, it's just like overshadowed whatever they even achieved when they were, you know what I mean? So it's 100%. Just like, but that's all down to determination and just grind and never giving up and always putting out records, man. Like, I wish, I could put out records every day if it's my job now, which is kind of weird to even say that, but no, man, why should it be weird? You get me? Like, if you love this and this is what you do, you're gonna come true. But back to the part, that's what I'm saying, all of these individuals, like, a lot of them, even Ram to this day, still writing pepper bars, man. I've got some stuff for him, like, he's got an album there, like, he just needs to because of this COVID thing and all of this, just load a lot of shit up. I think it was like, so when I think the first time I met you properly, I think I was so you were still in London at the time, I think. Yeah. So this was a mad one. So because I used to record at Amos's, right? So, but I didn't know you, but I knew who you were from hearing your music and stuff. Yeah. So I think I was recording at Amos's, and he must have been like, "Yo, let's go see Parky." And I think we went to see Ram as well that same time. And I remember this.
I remember going to, my memory's all over the place, innit? But I remember like meeting you.
We were mostly in two halves then, like.
Yeah.
I remember like there was a song what Wordsmith done, man, and he said like he had us in a bar. That's how, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
I was a sick song, man. Big up Wordsmith as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was, you know, I was just looking back at the past. It's like I remember us being known, like, you know, as in like a little bit of notoriety.
Yeah.
Like you know, like how back in the day, like even if man weren't out, we didn't have a record out, but they played like 279 played our shit. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and with that came a little bit of, you know, like, oh shit, it's the white guy again. White guy.
Yeah. Nah, for real. But like, you forget the kung fu crowd as well.
Yeah,
like
the whole kung fu era.
People forget like how you would make a name for yourself. Yeah, it wouldn't really be like you didn't have to have music out. You could jump on an open mic, spit some bars, and then people would be like, "Yo, who's that?" Or you'd be doing the battling thing. Like Camden was the place at the time as well. Like, so Northwest was really a place for MCs to be, and you would see a lot of people. But the thing I remember about you, yeah, like you were a rapper, but the difference is at the time you were also really known for your production. So when did you start producing? When did that come about?
End up like literally sound arts. Like that was my first. There was even a time before that, but I didn't really make no beats. I was just I got to big him up. Charles Barkley. You ever heard of Incisive? The artist Incisive.
Yeah.
Incisive as well. The first ever rap song I ever rapped on. This is before Two Halves. You know, even though I was fucking with, was with Incisive, Disco, and Jig, yeah, they were called the Illustrious Black Sovereigns, and basically, I had a Cuban, and you know, it was so funny enough. It was the first day I met my wife, like the first day I met. It's crazy, bro. So back then, man didn't have a mic. Man was rapping into a headphone, bro. You know the ones there.
I know them ones. I know them ones well.
And there was 4 of us on the track, and basically, man was rapping onto the tape. So.
Yep.
If man fuck up the verse,
gotta start again.
Up, like specifically, but it's blatantly because just my wife was there, like, you know, shit, like, you know. But yeah, funny enough, we married now and shit. But they're like, that's kind of just crazy looking at and thinking about. That was like the first time, and then I wanted to get into beat. Then I met Versatile E because I was in Kilburn at the time. This is before man started proper doing the sound arts thing, and he showed his MPC. Like, this is when he made a beat in front of me. Big up Versatile E, by the way. He used to work with Funky DL, and you know, he's on Funky DL's first album and shit like that. He showed me, he's the guy with the funny accent because he's from Kosovo, but he was an American teacher.
Okay.
And he has the original sounding, like, you know, how he sounds on it. You know, I've always loved his shit anyway. He taught me a lot of things. He taught me about bars, bro. I used to rap. So in them end up, you know, man was just rapping until it finished. Like, until I thought, he said, nah, you got to know about structures and blah, 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 blah. And then I learned. So when I went to Sound Arts, Jamie, who was one of the people who worked there, he had a 2000.
Right,
so while man was doing whatever they were doing, I would be in the other room trying to learn how to fucking use it. No man. And then eventually when WC broke down like to 2 halves, we were renting a studio in Acton, Melrose, which the Planets, big up Nomadic P and that, they used to use it as well.
I remember that studio, man.
Yeah, right.
Right,
and,
okay.
Melrose had one, and he's like, yo, bruv, do you want to buy it? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want it? Like, you know, take it home. And I took it. And then, like, funny enough, my wife helped me buy it. Like, and that became Yoda. I've sold him now, but yeah, like, I made quite a few beats on that one, and then that's what I was making the shit for 2 halves. Hung, Drawn and Quartered was made on something as a Yamaha SU10, because at the time, which I think Bobby hooked up, big up Ram. Like, basically, that's what I made Freedom Fighters on. Like, more Yamaha. Man had a loop.
Listen, hold on. Let me just let me pause you there, though.
We recorded that in Melrose as well, bro.
Wait. You're mentioning tracks here. And I don't think, like, if you're watching this here and you haven't heard these tracks that man is mentioning, please go and check them out. Because I'm talking, I said this on a track we done made some local anthems. I'm talking classics, and
Oh,
a lot of people you don't even
Yeah.
understand like some of these tracks. You got to listen to them, man. So like if you didn't
Like,
catch it,
I'm
you need
still
to
cussing,
rewind.
bro. I'm still cussing. Like, why ain't Jar Bless on like all of the platforms? Like, you need all your old shit on there as well.
I took
bro.
it off, man. I
I'm
took it
looking
off.
for I wanted to bump it.
it.
Bro, how come this ain't on Apple, bro?
You know what? That's a whole nother story.
Bro,
But
nah, man, put that shit up.
I took it off there for a reason. It might go up at some point, but
Put it
yeah,
up now.
yeah.
Fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. Like when Freedom Fighters was done, even funny story about Freedom Fighters. The day Kailash came, like that was the first day I met Scribbler. And I wouldn't like if I didn't meet Scribbler, then I wouldn't be on the path what lay before me to become Micall Parknsun, because see, two halves we like went our separate ways and that, and then I was ready to sell my MP, bruv. I was a postman. I was like, fuck this shit. I was on and then funny enough, obviously I got a call about doing some other shit, which later on turned out to be Dunya, if anyone knows about the song.
Oh, come on.
But before that call, like Scribs was like, yo, I met him in Uxbridge, and you get me, I've said it on radio before, I met him in Uxbridge, like I was literally had Caleb with my son, he was 19 now, I'm gonna be 20 this year. He was in the buggy, like, get me, like, oh, yo, Minox came to my house, smoked a couple of zoots, like, before you know it, brother, I played him a beat, and I said, yeah, I'm looking to, and the beat I played him, which it became the inevitable, but he spat the whole song. He goes, you ain't giving up, bruv. My next single, bruv. This is my next single. And then it became his next single. And then Lenny, obviously, LG, big up LG, goes, yeah, you know what we're putting out next? I said, no. He goes, we're putting out your record. And I'm like, huh? And then the rest, like
again, you're zooming through things, yeah, because I think, like, because to you, yeah, it's like, it's just matter of fact, it's your life, but I don't think people are really getting. I've got to slow you down on certain things, yeah.
Yeah, I know, because I've done so much
for
shit,
real. Like Scribbler, to me, and for like in our circle, Scribbler was some next level, god level MC genius, yeah.
Still is.
And
still in contact.
Like it's. I don't think people always get it, because I know, like, rappers, obviously you have rappers, yeah, and Scribbler, for me, he was definitely a rapper, because you need to see it to believe it. You might hear it back and be like, yeah, man, you don't understand how fast he's writing, you don't understand how quick he's doing his verses, his breath control, you got to sit down with it and really break it down. And I feel like
the flows, man, like,
I need to get him on here, actually. Like, me and Scribbler ain't spoke for time.
I'll holler him.
Holler at him, man.
Bro, he's on some Qigong meditation shit. Like,
That's,
I don't need, you know what I mean? But I'll holler him. I will holler him. Hopefully, I'll show him this, and he'll be like, all right, bro, we've got to do it now. You know what I mean?
Because I feel like...
But other people, like, obviously, like, I'd love you to holler, like, obviously one who I've been championing for a while now. But not only that, we've known him just as long, and weird enough that we're related and we're blood, which is even better. Like, and that's my cousin, innit? The Fly Hooligan. Like,
we're gonna talk about him in this. Actually, no, let's talk about him then, yeah. Because it's actually funny because I met him independent of you. So I had a whole nother life away from you lot in Northwest. So even though you man were Northwest, but you lot were like Kilburn, Grove area.
Yeah, but it spread.
It did spread, but I was like because when I moved to Watford, most of my links were Bridge and Harlesden.
Yeah.
So I must have seen there was a few other guys around as well at that time that were rapping.
Is this the Kickoff Head Crew era?
Yeah, like, but that's like, you know what though? But it was a different breed. It's a different breed of MC, and it's beautiful now because I'm gonna tell you straight, yeah. For those who don't know, Iron Braids, like, he has been on this path here for a long time, and for what people don't understand, like, NW10 is a different world, isn't it? And the MCs in that area were a different kind of MCs. Like, these man when you talk about if you want to see what's as close as you can get to a UK Wu-Tang, that was the way they were spitting. That was their style. So when I came up around these guys, this was the kind of people I was meeting. So I used to see Iron Braids all the time, and we would chat. He had a different group that he was with, a couple of them man on some different things, yeah. But he was like always just super cool with me. Like I can't even explain it. The first time
even back then, motherfucker like was fucking with RZA. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
man.
Do you know the ones there? Like it's just as you said, when you said from a path, like man's been on this path
like
from back then.
real,
Man's still on the path, bro. It's just gotten bigger and greater.
And it's good to see the way what he's done. Like I don't want to get too deep into it, man. I'll do the interview with him, but it's again what I'm trying to get to the people that are watching this is you have to understand the amount behind the scenes that Parky's been involved with all these different rappers and producers and artists from all different eras and areas. And I don't think you can speak to anyone in the hip hop game on all different sides of it. You lot know, yeah, the game is very cliquey, it's very split up. We have different sides of things, but Parky's a man that's respected by all different sides, but not only respected, that has worked with and has really helped so many different artists in all of these areas. And I don't think there's many other artists that can really say they've been a part of it like that.
You know what? That will just lead to some next shit. But you know what? There's people saying that, posing that, but really they're just using people. So there are people in them kind of positions, and the one person I would say who I think is not that and is the pinnacle. I mean, out of this little scene in the UK, I can't speak for because basically last year my eyes got opened, and I'm not really on this. And I think what's hindered the scene a lot is that UK tag, just treating it like this island what we live on is just from here to Scotland or whatever to Ireland or whatever. Like we need to think bigger than that, and people are not in because of that whole mindset. That's why you get a lot of kind of crab. I like to call it crabs in the barrel mentality. Yeah. So they don't want to see someone doing well unless they're doing well, or they don't want to see someone doing. Like they want to see someone doing well, but just not as well as them.
100%.
So hence why you won't have people celebrating people achieving certain feats, which is really representative of all of us. I think the minute we start thinking outside of just fucking Hackney to wherever, bruv, like music has taken me around the world. So why the fuck should I just put it in a little box?
100%.
Like, how are you gonna share something what's in a little box to the rest of the world? Like, so when it comes to like champion, I just try and pass the torch, and I love the enthusiasm of like a lot of new artists, because for one, I ain't gonna be rapping forever, and two, well, it's not really less realistically rapping. You know, you're gonna get old, like we all do. But two, like, you know, legacy, innit? What do you want to be remembered by? Like, I don't want to just be remembered. I don't want to be remembered on some just off the UK thing. Like, I just want to be remembered for the legacy of music I laid out, and it not just be in the connotations of, yeah, bruv, you done so much for the scene. Like, bro, nah, man. Bruv, there's people I've been around who are my heroes. Like, the reason I started this shit. And then to see them and then just look, and it's like certain people say it's the same color. It's the same color grass, innit? Like, there is no, you know, I've met, and it just blows my mind. These guys are just fans like us. They're just like us. So we need to just lose this. We make hip hop music. Whether if you make grime, you get me. There's man trying to call it US grime now. They're trying to do US.
See that?
Australian. My son showed me they were hard, bro. They were New Zealand. These New Zealand drill artists. They were hard. Like,
crazy.
They were hard.
Crazy.
Bro, you get me? I was taking the piss, like going, man, gonna say Drongo and that. But nah, bro, they were hard. Like, they're hard.
nothing to play with. They're nothing to play with out there.
You know what I mean? Like, but there's artists I like, and it's the only thing you can do is to blossom, is to it's not about you. As long as you get that in your mind, like it's bigger than you, it's bigger than self-preservation, then, you know, the work will speak for itself. You know what I mean?
Speaking about speaking about things being bigger than you, another thing I've always noticed that you've done is you've always given a lot to other artists, and you've always kind of like you've actually like you've been in a lot of groups, and you've been affiliated with a lot of artists, a lot of crews and stuff like that. And really, it's always been because you've kind of been the foundation for a lot of them. So helping people out with beats, giving people verses, and giving people, using your platform as well to kind of big up a lot of other artists. There's quite a few artists that I know because I've seen them with you, and I've seen you give beats to people. I've seen, like, I know you sell beats, yeah, but I also know you've done a lot of free beats for people that, you know what I mean, whether they couldn't afford it at the time or whatever, or you just...
Also, there's a lot of people I believe in. There's a lot of people made it affordable for, because I believe in them. Like, I don't have to, you know, I could tell them 500 quid or whatever, like, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of, I believe in what they believe in, and I believe in the vision. So, you know, do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to, it's more than just, as I said, it's bigger than you. It's more than just investment in how I'm seeing, and, you know, at the end of the day, everyone's got their bills, and I live off this, you get me? It's not like I've got this bailout thing. You know how it goes, you're in the same boat, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so,
you know what though? Actually, wait, because this is another thing as well, yeah, that people don't always understand. So, I'm a kind of person who I'm all about revenue streams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to me, that is a safety net. But you're a person, music has been your thing for the longest. Like, music has been your hustle for real. And the funny thing about that is, I don't think a lot of people see the UK guys that are out here making money and doing their thing, but what they don't always see is, man's got things behind the scenes that they do. Like, I say, one of the funniest times was I went to Nighttown one time, and I think my daughter was a baby, so I was pushing a buggy, and I must have bought, like, these are the Air Force Ones days, so I must have bought a couple of bags, you know what I mean, a couple of boxes of shoes or whatever. I see Kalashnikov there. He must have bought a couple of boxes of shoes. Then I see, later on down the day, I see Skinny Man. He had a couple of bags on him. Then I see Sway. He had a couple of bags on him as well. And it's like, everyone out here is got money and spending money, but not everybody's money comes just from music. And people see it and think, oh, bunch of rappers, they're making their money from music, which isn't true. And I feel like you're one of the realest in that way, because your money has come from music, and you know the grind for real. Like, so a lot of people are out here acting like, yeah, I'm really doing good off music, but they ain't really.
Bro, I can tell you funny stories like this. There's stuff right now, legendary shit. Like, you know, even when it was being made. Because you see, that's another reason why I produce as well, like where I started making, because I know what it's like, you know, the producer, as far as I'm aware, like in terms of beat maker, like they're the most used, shat on, stepped on commodity in this whole thing, in music in general.
Yeah.
If you've got your shit on, if you've got your hat on properly, then you can, you know, pull some strings and then you'll be remembered. Hence why you do get people like, they're like, fuck it. Well, you know what? I'm going to make my sound. And then when my sound's big, now I can charge big. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In that aspect.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of classic songs from our scene, if you want to call it. When they were being made, man weren't paying for electricity.
Yeah.
And just came around with a big bag of weed and just smoked a big bag of weed and then made a fucking hit. And then before you know it, let's say the producer's like, yo, can I put out this instrumental? No, bro, it's my thing. Like, what the fuck? Bro, what's going on? It's like, bro, this shit wouldn't have been made without the producer's input, without the producer turning on his power. You didn't even pay for the electricity bill, blood, but man want to while out over, you know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I was like, bro, you know what, if I make this, it's all me.
Yeah.
You know, tell me shit, I can cuss myself, innit? And then when I make stuff with other people, it's up to them, but they know, well, I'm kind of in a boat where, because I'm a rapper producer, it's kind of like put it in the spectrum of, you know, you're not only just getting a beat from me, bruv.
Yeah.
My name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're getting, you know, a piece of my world on your work. You get me? So if when you put that, and that to me, like, no disrespect, like, people can say what they want to, that's more than money.
Yeah, 100%.
Then it's because it involves time.
Yeah.
And time's the most fucking valuable thing we have. So when I put you see my name on a lot of stuff, don't get me wrong, there's a couple cats, they might buy some stuff and then they'll just put I understand, I see what you're trying to do, but you don't see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but, you know, it is what it is, bro. Like, you have to lend yourself even to this whole thing, like letting people from fans now have big up Giallo point, because I think if it weren't for Giallo as well, I don't think I'd have a lot of US fans looking at what I'm doing now as well. You get me? So, you know, a lot of them things, they help, and then you know you're being watched, but you've also got to be smart. But the thing is, when I came out the working class dad. What you see is what you get. I tell you as it is. I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, bruv, you know what? You can do this or you can do that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say, yeah, bruv, we're gonna make some money, and then 10 years down the line, I found out, raw, you made all the money, and all of that shit. Like, I'll just tell you what's going down.
Yeah.
What's gonna go on.
There's a thing I wanna, like, it's something I wanna touch on. Yeah, we had a conversation. This might have been either last year or the year before. And you said you were saying about I see myself now as more of a producer than a rapper. And you were kind of basically what you were doing, you were kind of playing down your bars.
Don't even go.
Right? Because we did it, I think it might have been on a no comparison or something, and you were like, yeah, nah man, I'm just like, and I was just like, bro, you're on this thing where your bars are just getting to another level. Like, you kind of just, you're hitting, and I feel like
the man who made me wanted to rewrite my whole fucking shit on Tommy Evans remix. Yeah. Okay,
but yeah, I feel like it's something that you can never really see it yourself, but other people can get it. So there was a point, yeah, where you just kind of it's got to be on me, myself, and Akai, where all of a sudden you're in the matrix, and you've hit a level of, as a producer, yeah, you do your thing in it, but also as a lyricist now, you've kind of found your stride, and you're gone with it. And it's like, what's that thing when they say, you must have found God's rhyme book or something, and it's like certain guys get it. And I remember having a conversation, this was years ago actually, with Kalashnikov, and he goes to me, bro, you start smoking weed? I was like, no. He's like, nah, bro, you done something different. Like, you just hit another, like, you've always been all right as an MC, like, I liked you, but now you're on something different. And I felt like for the last decade, yeah, you've hit that, you just found yourself, and you're just like, boom. And I don't think a lot of times you don't even see it, but who does see it though is the listeners. They definitely see it, because I see the comments and stuff. So do you think there's been a difference?
Yeah, I'll be real with you, man. Like, Akai, I don't think that was I think I have noticed I've gotten better. And I think I noticed I got better when I did the Opus. I didn't do it when I did that at record, I didn't do it for other people. I wanted to just, like, I'm never known for, like, lyricism, innit? I've been around some of the people, they would say they're the best in this country. You know what I mean? I've worked with some of them, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I wanted to just try and take my bars to another place, like, and try and, you know, not be witty with it or whatever, but just be me. And then I just think I found that pocket. Akai was just the start.
Yeah.
I feel. The Me and Mr. Things album.
I get, like, I'm forgetting things, bro.
Well, no, but that took us 7 years. So it was a gradual, and remember, that got started just like literally, the Raw was recorded, I think maybe 8 months before Akai dropped.
Raw.
Yeah, that was the first song. So it was, you know, in stages, and, you know, and it was picking it up, hence why it's called Finish What We Started, isn't it? So it was like, we were picking up and going on, and in between then, you know, but Giallo point, I've got to say him again. I don't know what it was. I started thinking, bro, is it the Cali or something? Like, like, what, you know, because I never used to write like this. Certain people, they inspire me to write like a lot. differently, and just seeing them, and you know, even I got to big up. Obviously, I bigged up my cousin. I got to big up Fiber. I got to big up Sonny and Juggernaut. Like Juggernaut to me is like top 5.
See.
Like he's one of the top, bro. There's ways you can rap, bro, and then there's just ways like he does it, but you just think, raw, I can never do that.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've got the muscles in my mouth. Or the tongue, like my tongue cannot move a certain way with diction to just pull that off. And you know, that's what I love. And these people keep me like not only on my toes, but they keep me try and push me, you know, where can I go? Because my wife cussed me long time, even from Akai. She's like, you ain't showed them nothing, man.
Yeah.
She's like, you're just still being vague, bruv.
Yeah.
Got to put your shit on your sleeve like I do. But I mean, you know what I mean? You've got to, you know, there's still parts what have not been opened yet.
Yeah. All right, cool. You've mentioned your wife a few times in this interview. You're, obviously because we've been, we again, there's a lot of parallels in our career and just how we are as men and what we've grown into as adults. Obviously, everything you do, you got to do bigger. You know what I mean, man? I got 2 kids, you got 4. You know what I mean? You be flexing.
No, I got an adult and 3.
Yeah, that's true. You got a big man. And you know, like it's cool because obviously I see your wife on Instagram and she posts up what your kids do as well, and it's
Bro, my wife don't let people follow her. She only lets people who she knows. Like,
yeah,
she knows.
I feel honoured, man.
That's why you're allowed to look.
It's super inspiring as well because, like, I don't know, man. Obviously, you're everything's very, very real. Nothing's fake. It's all just like you do your thing, just how you are. I just see that's how your kids have been raised. I see your son's playing bare instruments. I see your daughter doing ballet, like at high levels as well. Like this ain't no hobby business. Like these are young people that are about.
You're still treating it like that, bro.
It's cool because I always feel like you see what your parents do, you see the way they do things, and you kind of apply that to whatever you're on. So if you look at me and my dad, we're very similar. My dad, when he's about his ting, he's about his ting. I'm the same way. If this is what I'm doing, I've only ever really done 3 things in my life. I played drums when I was little. I did play basketball, and I did rap. In all 3 of those things I did, I was at the top of my game for each one. Like really moved with the best. My dad's the same way in what he does, and I feel like your kids have kind of, they've seen how you your work ethic, what you do, and they're really just, they seem to me from the outside looking in like they're really about what they're about, man.
Oh, yo, bro, don't get me wrong, man. It's tough, like, you know, because you have to look at it from a different perspective. You know, if your parent well, for the past 8 years, I've been self-employed. Just, you know, my wife as well, but we just work. So I work from home. Now, the good benefits of this, and I talk to all parents now. Good benefits is obviously you'll be used to some type of shit we'll be going through now, like, you know, because you're at home.
Yeah.
You're all around each other. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, in terms of your kids, you know, they see you working, but at the same time, it's also an easy excuse for them to be like, I can just stay at home and make a living.
Yeah.
Not experience the work. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You still can get lost in the whole fact of working so hard because you're scared of the unknown, because self-employment shit is unknown.
Yeah.
There is no, whether even if you're a carpenter blood, like, it's still unknown. You get me? So, so when you're in that realm of unknown to your income, unknown to the future, you're gonna grind hard, and by you grinding hard, you're losing time with the things what matter. So the only benefit sometimes what does happen is if there's 2 of you, because obviously it takes 2 parents to make a kid. I feel for the people like who are single parents.
Yeah.
Some of them co-parenting as well, like, because you have to go above and beyond to try and set. But like, bro, everything's tough, man. Like, it's just about whether you're willing to endure it.
Yeah.
Because if you're not, there's certain people, they want to do some shit, wherever it may be, but they ain't willing to endure the tough times. They ain't willing to enjoy, you know, they want to do this music thing, but they ain't willing to, no, I end up killing someone, bro, because man will be robbing me, or man will be, they won't still be doing it. They'll always find an excuse not to do it, because if you do it, you know, they'll do something they don't want to do. But this is part of it, bro.
Yeah.
There's always, whatever you love, whatever it is, there's always going to be an aspect where it's fucking hard work, blood. It's just like hot or unbearable sometimes.
Yeah, for real. I think a big part of what your support system is obviously your wife, because it's obviously off camera, off in the public eye. We have conversations, and you'll always bring your wife into the conversation. Yeah, nah, this is what it's about, and she again, it's very similar because to me, because we're in situations that we spent a lot of years really grinding, and the only support we had was our wives, innit? And and going back like way back when no one else really believed.
But you got to remember, we're guys, innit? And it takes a lot. Like, I'll blatantly admit it. We're hard hearing.
Yeah.
Even when our people, you know, they're telling us something. This bare shit my wife's told me from day dot, like, and I just didn't listen, bro. I had to feel. You get me? And it's not only them telling you, need someone who's patient. You know what I'm saying? Patient.
100%.
Wait, with like, I've grown. You know, let me wait for him to grow a bit, and then we can grow together.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is not apparent anymore in a lot of things. So I'm lucky that I have that system. Like, if you don't have that, well, I've experienced that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people, bruv, we're a rare breed. Like, you know, bruv, 20 plus, what is it, 30 years?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, we're rare. So
it's funny though, because I heard this joke one time. Yeah, someone said, "Would you call a musician with no girlfriend?" And the answer was homeless. And it's like, yeah, for real.
Oh shit.
Like, it's so true, man. Because there's like, you need this game is so up and down, and you know what? Like, now I feel like super blessed. Like, I love the position I'm in now, yeah, where I can just be like, yeah, man, like, you can do your thing. Like, let me hold it up now.
We can always help, man. Like, as in terms of telling our tale, like telling, you know, as in like our experiences, like we're doing now for youngers or fans or people who've like wanted to know or be insightful for what it was like for our life to do something. You get me?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, they've got to run their path. Yeah. They've got to go through, and it's about whether they can endure their path. You know, not everyone's. You can give you little tidbits here and that to help. You know what I mean? We've seen a lot of things change in this thing, right? We've seen because even we're in the internet age, bro. There's a lot of stuff. That's what I was saying to you earlier, man. Like, Twitter right now during this lockdown is the most fucking hilarious playground I've seen.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I swear lockdown is hitting man different, because I'm seeing people like beefing over some silliness. I'm just like, what? Like, why are you lot doing this? I don't know if it's brave because they feel like, man. Like, how do you feel about the up and coming? Like, the scene has changed, yeah. How do you view the scene now? Like, what do you think that the youngers are doing correctly?
Well, first of all, I can't even judge it anymore because my outlook on it has changed. It changed last year before I turned 40. Literally, my eyes were open to a lot of shit, a lot of stuff. What even in the past, what made me, I just didn't believe. You know, when you just can't believe, like, raw. And, you know, like, basically, it felt like, you know, you're on a raft and then you come to this place and then man's just gone, bruv, why are you using the raft, bruv? The speedboats are here. Like, you just felt like a man just felt, and then I just thought, raw, you know what? I need to, if no one's going to listen, then I'm just going to show them. Yeah. Then, therefore, through actions or whatever. But what I've noticed was people, like, this internet thing, it's a good thing, but it's a hindrance, and people need to know the difference between what they say, like, online in real life. Like, people have got that shit twisted. Yeah. But it's not their fault. A lot of the younger generation, that's what they're raised on. You get me?
True. But I think,
And
yeah, carry
yeah,
on.
go on. Like you see that they're raised on that difference, yeah, between that. Now, what I've seen with the scene now, I see it as a bigger thing, and it's more. You can be self-sufficient. You don't
Right.
need to be. What I basically, I'm going to tell this to fight whoever's, bro. You don't need like to sing to uplift you or for you shit. Like all you need, this is some basic shit. There's 100 people
Yeah.
like his shit.
Yeah.
You wanna buy your shit? If you can convince them 100 people to part with 20 quid, 50
Yeah.
quid a year, you're good.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on them 100 people. Concentrate on people who fuck with your shit.
Yep.
And then that's all that matters. Bundle list, yeah, I need to be doing this birthday and I need to be doing that and I need to be here and no, you don't need to be. You need to be fucking supplying your music to the people who fuck with you. And that's the only way you're gonna get anywhere. Like real talk.
But see, this is what frustrated me, yeah, because if we go back to 2010, 11, yeah, I didn't fall out of a lot of people, but I was trying to give people the game from early about how to monetize what you have. Yeah, but I did it, but I didn't want to do it alone. That's the problem. I was trying to tell people, yeah, nah, do it this way, do it that way. I was trying to discourage people from. I remember being in 2000 and it was 2012. No, 2011. I was trying to discourage people from doing shows for a certain promoter, and he was paying them like £200, £50, and I remember having a conversation with someone we both know, but I'll tell you off camera.
Yeah.
I remember saying, nah, don't do the show because like what's happening is you're doing the show for I think they were giving them like they were doing this is a sick MC, yeah, was doing a show for £50 plus drink vouchers and travel, yeah. And I was saying, and they wanted me to do the show as well. And bearing in mind, like I wasn't no big artist or whatever, but I was at the same time I was like, nah, I'm not doing it for that because I know what you're making from like at the door, right? Yeah. And so then what I did is I had the idea, let me do my own clothing line and start selling merch and then start doing my own shows. And you know what's nuts as well, yeah? I was trying to explain to people how to make money from this game. And I did a tour in 2012 or 2011, yeah? And I told every promoter, I don't want no money from you. All I want is a merch store. That's all I want. Let me come. I'll do whatever set you want to give me, I will do, yeah? And me, it was like me, AC, Amos, Terry Hooligan. We went and we did 15 shows. Got paid nothing from the promoters.
All merch.
Made money from my merch, yeah? Way more than... These guys are getting, if you're getting, £100, £250 a show, we're getting £500 a show. And I was trying to explain to people, nah, this is the way you do things. This is how you're supposed to do things. And you were one of the only ones who kind of like, again, took that fall back. This is independent of me because me and you never had this conversation. You were just doing your thing, innit? And you actually put it together and really just cultivated your own fan base. You weren't trying to go out and trying to get anything new.
Yeah, there was that. There was cultivating the fan base, but at the same time, it was, while you're doing stuff, you're not really realizing what you're doing. That's what it was more of. Like I subconsciously knew that, I'm onto something.
Yeah.
I was never really realistically in the position of doing it wholeheartedly myself until 2013 when I did the mix. Do you know what I'm saying? So
100%.
Like always no. But even in terms of that, I'm blatantly going to straight say this. A lot of people saw what you were doing, didn't want to do it, and just did it. Raggo.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest fucking they did what you did.
Yeah.
And back then, you were like the only motherfucker going China and shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you know what I mean? So,
but I used to say this to people all the time. Like, I don't care about, and this was before High Focus are really doing it as well. But I could see, this was at the beginning actually. Actually, the first show we did was in Brighton, and Flip Tricks came through. And I remember doing a show with Flip Tricks. This is before he was really like, the name was buzzing, but they hadn't got to where they were getting. And again, just seeing the way that they patterned their thing and put their thing together, it was, to me, I saw it early and was like, oh, rah, that's gonna be something in it. That's gonna do because of what they're doing. And again, it was like the blueprint was really simple. It's like, okay, we're making music for our people. We're just focusing on our people, and we're just gonna build that. And they really did it.
Yeah, focusing on the you know, I'm just only gonna focus on the core fan base.
It's a beautiful thing to see.
Yo, look at it, man. West Side Gun did it, bro.
100%.
And big up the purists. The purists helped him do it. You get me?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like, you know, look at it. You get me? It's just like, you know what? If you don't fuck with me, and the problem what I see with the UK scene, or back then around that age, is people just wanted other people's fans. I didn't get it. Like, they would like, if this act has a big fan base and people come to their shows all the time and they like their lyrics, but this fan base still buys your music, but you ain't got gigs, I don't give a fuck. They're paying, they're buying my music.
Yeah.
So why should I work? Why should I moan?
Yep.
Before man used to moan that man's not getting gigs. Man, and then man used to have bare gigs, but man's not selling music. Like, you know, you can't. Bruv, I'll happily be home and do one show, whatever. Like, you know, me and Mr. Things album sold out. We only done 3 shows.
Yeah.
Like, if that, we didn't even, they weren't even like, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm happy. I'll put out another album, like, and we'll just sell count the money, bro.
Yeah.
Label cussing me, like, I'm good, innit? Like, you know, just put out your music, bro. All of that shit is just secondary, man. It doesn't, you know, if you can sell your merch and you've got loads of people wearing "This Is My Hustle," like, I've gone bare places and I've seen man wearing your shit.
Yeah. I seen people walk past me wearing it and not know like who I am or anything. I love that. Like, I love it. It's one of my favorite things ever. I remember one time I seen one man on a bus, he had the hat, and I remember just looking at him like, I went, "Sick hat," and he kind of looked at me like, "All right, mate, whatever." Yeah, like, who are you, bro? Like, it's happened about a good 2 or 3 times where I've seen people wearing it, and I walked past them and I just said, "Yeah, I like your top, man," and they just looked at me like, "All right, mate, whatever." And this is like, yeah, cool, man. We're getting somewhere. But I think there's so many nowadays. There's so many avenues for you to do things without labels involved and without backing.
You
you
can do it yourself, man. It's like we're coming out of the realm of like, even down the way how you put your music out. Like, a lot of people still lost in I'm just gonna do single, fucking albums are dead now type shit. Whatever you think, but I'm just hating all of this thing of adopting other people's strategies, or adopting, like, back. I remember there used to be a stage when we in our UK scene, if you call it, where you'd be stupid if you didn't put shit out September. Like, man was always thinking about uni.
See, I didn't even get that one.
No, but real shit. Like, they bought a lot of our records.
Yeah.
You know. They bought, like, so man would just aim for them release dates. Like, if you miss then we're going to leave it for next year. Because like, the Christmas, even back in the low life, T-Ferrer, like, you know, there's stocking space, innit? You know, like, what do they call it, bruv? Shelf things, innit? And they wouldn't put your shit on the shelf around Christmas time. Because, you know, bloody Tom Jones Christmas hits and all of that shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of the independent artists back then, you'd either go to Mr. Bongo's, go to the shops direct, or you know, do it at a strategic time so our stuff was on there. I remember, brother, when my second album came out, I remember going, like, I went to HMV and it was there on display, and I was like, shit.
I used to love that, man.
That, like, rad, and look at that, like, you know what I mean? I swear I had my kid with me. I don't even know, like, yeah, I did. Yeah, crazy.
I got a mad funny story here. When my album, when Dep and Roll dropped, I think I might even have still been working at Virgin Megastore, or maybe I just left. Right, so but the deep thing was, obviously, because I worked for the store, I also knew the buyer in it, right? So the head buyer who used to buy all the hip hop for all the different stores, so he made sure that my CD was everywhere, like. But the thing is, we tried to pattern the thing, but it didn't really work too well. So what they would do is you would have like a number. So most UK hip hop you'd have like maybe 2 or 3, or maybe you might have like 5 per store. So you'd have you order 5 albums per store. So something like at the time, like Mark B and Blade, which was a massive album for us, but would probably still only be maybe 5 per store. That would be like a good thing. So when they did my one, they did it for like something like 10 or 15 per store, yeah, like basically like, but so it would come, you get the box anyway, but that's just how they would do the numbers. So they ordered way more than was needed for little me. No one had ever heard of me in it, but so in almost every HMV, every store, every Virgin Mega store, they had bare my CDs. So I looked mad big. So it did help the sales, but then what we had was a big recall after, because they're like, rah, no one ain't buying this, man. Like we done our little, I don't know, you probably sold my 2 per store, whatever, and they were like, all right, we got to recall this. So I had like a massive, I had a massive recall of my album. But yeah, man, those were the good days. It was cool those days to go into an actual store and see your CD on the shelf, like next to Skinny
shelf.
Man, next to Mark B. Yeah, man, I used to love those days.
No, bro, like, yeah, it was obviously the times changed and that, and a lot of us didn't know about like even the digital market and that.
Yeah.
A lot of us didn't even know what the fuck was going, you know what I mean? But now we're in a position where you don't even need any of these guys.
Nope.
You get the music straight to your listener.
Yep.
What's there to moan about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's there to, like, you know, if you do you, like, I don't, like, look, if people don't like your shit, it's cool. Like, I don't want you know, I don't do it for people. Like, I do it for me. I know it sounds selfish.
Nah, so you gotta do it.
Music. And now I happen to be doing something for me, what I feed my family off. So, you're not, do you understand what I'm saying? There is no compromise with it, bro. Like, just, you know, do you. Like, you know, I don't understand. It's easier for, you know, a younger fan to say, it's all right and easy for you because you've put out stuff and you've had rappers. It's like, bro, like, you could do the same without rappers. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just, you know, you don't need that, yeah, I've done that. Because we're from an era where man needed the cosign and all of this bullshit.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Cosigns really helped as well, because like I tell people all the time, man, I cheated my way into this game. Like, I hacked my way into this game by...
Bro, you didn't cheat your way into this game.
In a way, let me explain. Because this is the thing. There are, as far as guys who are sick, just good artists, talented artists, I would say, yeah, I can hold my own with that, yeah. But there's also a lot of artists that I would say are more talented that never really got into it, because there's 2 parts to this game for me. There's the talent part, and there's also like the work part.
Yeah, the work, endurance, bro. Like,
yeah.
Mentally strong enough.
Yeah, and just being in the right place at the right time. And sometimes people don't get it. They think, being at the right place at the right time means that you turn up at, you know, when the person's gonna walk into the office, so you get there at 9 in.the morning and you meet them, boom, boom. No. Being at the right place at the right time means you were there for the whole week outside the office, then you caught them. And that's the analogy I use for the game. It's like, I always say, you're never gonna outwork me. And me, when I first started in this game, I was very lucky in a way where, like I said, I had people like Amos who knew a lot of people. I had Caruana who knew a lot of people, and I fell into a label. My first deal, I didn't even want it. It's so deep. The way I got my first deal was, there was a guy who already had a deal with the label. They heard me rap and was like, yeah, you know what, we'd rather have you, and got rid of him. And I was just like, oh, all right, cool. And then, you know what I mean? It was like, what do you want to do? Who do you want on your first track? Kalashnikov's my favorite rapper. Put Kalashnikov on it. And that was at a time where cosigns really meant something. Like, nowadays, I don't even care. I could have a song with Drake right now and it could still flop. It don't mean nothing. No one really cares. It's just like, it will do something for that, but my next song is gonna fall way down. Whereas when I did a song with Kalashnikov, I was on that level. Not like I'm not as big as Kalashnikov now, but I was on that same tier straight away. It's like, oh, what, you done a track with Clash? Boom, you're out there. And I feel like cosigns were so different, whereas now it doesn't work that way. You have to do a lot more work because there are a lot more people working.
It works against you, because I remember, like, even when my stuff come out, a lot of people was like, yo, why is you know, so and so fucking with him? Like, who's he? Why is his name spelled Micall and all of this shit?
Yeah,
you know, I had to prove why they wanted to fuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Of course,
like, You know, it works both ways, man. Like, yes, it's good, yeah, but at the same time, it makes the work harder. We've now got to prove that we're an elite.
Yeah.
We now got to prove that we can be on the same,
Mm.
you know, par as these artists who are big. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, I think you, bro, man, just prove. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of people don't. What same thing you say about me, I say about you, brother. But you don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
You know,
respect.
you don't see what you've done, like, and how you've laid out a blueprint even for others. And you know, it's about giving people their flowers while they can still have them, man.
Yeah.
You know
Nah.
what I mean?
I feel
Because
that.
we're losing soldiers as we speak, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. We've had like a weird couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Black the Ripper.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Ebro,
man.
Black the
Ebro.
Ripper.
It's crazy as well, man. I was talking to Pav like 2-3 days ago about coming on this show actually. And even before that, like obviously I was trying to get all of them on my album. And like you take so many things for granted, man. You just take it like we're gonna live forever in it, or we're gonna die at old age.
Yeah.
And it's just like, nah, man. It's not even. It's not promised like that. And you said something earlier about what's your legacy, and
Exactly.
yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool having a legacy. But I always feel like, yeah, have your legacy, but also make sure that everything in your life is in order, man, because you don't know when you're gonna be out of here.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes with the greats, with the geniuses, this is why you need to leave a mark, and that's why I try and leave a mark as much as I can.
Yeah.
Every time, whether it be on this album, whether it be working with Mockman, whether it be working with, you know, Juggernaut, by Hooli, whatever, it's got to be lasting forever. You know what I'm saying? Joker Star, especially, like, to me, he's like one of the greats as well.
Love Joker Star, man.
You know, it's my brother right there. Like, you know, you don't really realize until people are gone in it. So where I'm just trying to do it, I'm just trying to give you so much music that you'll realize while I'm here, bro. So
yeah,
you get me, like, you know. But it's more than just, you know, we've been through it. So as you said, man, Kung Fu era, seeing this, that, you know, it's funny, man. Now we all got kids, they all grown. It's like, remember the day when man didn't even have one, bro. It's like, bro. No, I'm saying, it's like, bro, but it's good to know that we're still doing this.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to know that like man didn't give up, still ain't given up.
Yeah, man.
You know, still trying to earn a pound here and there, bro. Yo, peeps, follow me, man. It's quarantine, man. I know you. Like, I got beats, bro. You know?
Hit them up, man. Hit them up. So yeah, all right. So before we get out of here, what's the future then? What have you got planned? Not just over this quarantine period, but what have you got planned for the rest of the year?
There's a lot. Fucking hell, where do I start? There's a couple albums almost done. Cosm's album is about to get mastered. Big up Cosm. Converse, his album's like literally just sent off. Mockman album's literally almost at completion. I'm halfway through a new album with Giallo Point. Which is just crazy. I ain't even gonna mention who we're trying to get featured on that.
Jeez.
And then new, like, more work, obviously, more stuff with my cousin, The Fly Hooligan. I've got, I think majorly produced. It's not really mixed mastered yet. Majorly produced album for Joker Star. I think it's with the exception of Apollo. I think it's got a joint from Leaf Dog. Big up Leaf Dog on it as well. Who else? Appetite. Well, sorry, AP. I think it's just ridiculous. Sick. Who else? I'm trying to write for some other stuff. Like, I've started writing again, so I'm trying to do like EPs here, there. Want to do one with Agor. Even want to fuck with that guy Alamak. But I'm just trying to get my shit together. I've just got stuff penned here, there, songs out. I'm waiting on a mic in it because I had half the album done. So my boy Norts, big up Norts. We got Norts' EP, which is out now.
Okay, heavy.
I was dropping for his thing. Too much things, bruv, you know. Like, I've got so much just to think about it, but I just keep on moving.
Yeah.
I've got time to stop, because if I stop and dwell, like, I think I won't churn out more music.
Yeah.
I've stopped and dwelled for a while, bruv. Like, yesterday I was just making beats. Right? You know what I mean? So.
But like I said, man, it's like you got a lot of fingers in pies. You're holding up a lot of you're working with a lot of people, holding up a lot of people's careers, and
I'll keep it true. Yeah, like I've got no choice.
Yeah.
There's no choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just in a nice predicament where there's no choice. But I've got to do something I love. So I've got no choice. There's other people, they can kick back and take their time, and because they own houses. We don't own houses out here, bro. This is, hand to mouth.
Yeah.
Get me? Like, so, I've got no choice, man. If you see me selling beats, it ain't about like me trying to just extort you or It's literally me making a living, and you get satisfied from fucking working. Just how, you know what I mean? Like, it's real. So,
yeah. Nah, man, I feel that. But yeah, man, I want to say thank you for coming on. It's always good, like, we have these chats in it, like.
Bro,
so
yeah, I know we're gonna carry on this conversation off air.
So you lot, to be fair, you lot have been blessed with a little glimpse of like our conversations we have anyway. But it's definitely a blessing. And like I said, man, you're gonna see more from Micall Parknsun. So please go check his stuff. Most probably everything you're listening to already involves him anyway.
Go and check my music videos on his channel.
Yeah, man, we got like one of my favorite videos I ever done.
Yeah,
Almost Enemy, like super, like I love that video. So yeah, man, go check that out. For those who don't know, we've been doing this page for over 10 years now. Like, so we've been doing things. Yeah, man, it's mad. I've been out here, man. I've been out here. So let people, you know what I mean? People know we've really been out here, man. But yeah, man, I want to say thank you to you. Thank you for your time. I know you got the kids homeschooling for real. Like man's got kind of like some Hogwarts going on, like all kinds of magic going on right now. So big you up, big up your wife, big up your whole family. It's nothing but love every time. Like it's a blessing. You've been a blessing to me. You've helped me like countless times in all kinds of ways. So thank you to you, man. 100%.
Vice versa, bro. So
enough love, man. All right, cool. We're gonna stay on the line. I'm gonna chat to you when I come off. But let me just say to everyone else who's been listening, thank you for supporting us, man. This.
Hit me up, bro. If I like you, you know what I mean. I've got beats for days, blood.
Hear that? Up and coming MCs, hit up the one like Parky, man. But yeah, guys, peace and love. Stay safe, stay blessed, and we're gonna get this popping. We got another interview coming up tomorrow. So if you want to know who the interview is with tomorrow, it's a big one as well. It's a big one as well. I think this one might be the biggest one so far, but we're still keeping it moving, man. So yeah, stay on the page. Peace and love to everyone out there, man.